Okay, so hello everybody, it is me again, and today I have a super exciting video for you guys, and it is going to be my 1 month being vegan update type story thing, I guess. So basically what I'm going to be talking about is why I became vegan, when I became vegan, how my transition has been going for like the past month, what differences I've noticed about myself, and some difficulties I've faced. Also, in the down description box I will have a bunch of different links to different sources if you want to learn more about veganism and the environment and everything that goes on in the meat and dairy industries. So yeah, let's get started. I don't know what this was, but yeah. So the first thing, sorry if my hair is messy, it's just whatever for me, so yeah. So the first question I'll be talking about is when and why I became vegan. I became vegan on the 13th of August, and I became a vegan because I watched the documentary called Cowspiracy actually the night before, August 12th. So I watched the documentary Cowspiracy, The Sustainability Secret, and the documentary basically talks about how the meat and dairy industries are affecting global warming, climate change, rainforest deforestation, ocean dead zones, all those different environmental disasters, and how much it's impacting those disasters. And after watching that video, I said, oh my god, I need to stop eating these things because it's not doing anything for the environment. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping me. It's not helping the animals. It's not helping the earth. There's no good in doing it. So, in eating those foods. So I stopped. I did that also. As I kept doing more and more research, I found all of the benefits of being vegan and of living a vegan lifestyle, the health benefits, mentally and physically and emotionally, and all those different things. So I did more research about that, and as I was doing research I found a bunch of great vegan YouTubers who I now love to watch, and it's just been really great. So that's when and why I became a vegan. As for how my transition has been going, it was pretty easy for me for a couple reasons. One, my mom is a vegan and has been a vegan for the past 6 months, I want to say. She did it for health benefits. She did all the research on how much it helped, how much it was good for you, so that's why she became a vegan, but she never pushed it on me. But naturally my household was a vegan household because I live with my mom. So all the food that we had in our house was mostly vegan unless I wanted something different. So that was something that made my transition a lot easier. And I would like to point out that I wasn't a vegetarian or a pescatarian beforehand. I just went straight into it. What was that? Another thing that made my transition really a lot easier is because I had done so much research. I was constantly doing research. I still am doing research about veganism in general and nutrition in general. So knowing all those facts was always motivating me and is still motivating me to keep living this lifestyle and to not stray away from it. There were 2 or 3 instances where I did give into dairy in the first like 2 weeks of me becoming a vegan, because I was in social settings, and when you're in a social setting it is a lot more difficult to maintain being a vegan and to accommodate yourself. So like those first 2 weeks, or like 2.5 weeks, it was like 2 or 3 instances where I did give into dairy, but it was such a small amount. So yeah, I wanted to put that out there. And I also want to make a note that if somebody tells you that you're not a vegan just because you made a mistake once or twice, don't listen to them, because no matter whether you make a mistake, whether you make a bunch of mistakes, or whether you make no mistakes, you're still helping out the environment, and you're still helping out animals, and you're still helping yourself. So if somebody tells you that, just be like, whatever, just get away from me. So yeah, I just wanted to make that note out there. If you make a mistake, it is okay. It is not the end of the world. So yes. Differences that I've noticed about myself is that I am much more alert, I am much more awake, I am much more energetic. And another thing that I really notice is how I feel after a meal and how people who eat meat and dairy feel after a meal. It is so different. Usually after someone eats a meal, you're very tired and you're very sluggish and you're like, oh, I want to take a nap. But since I've been a vegan, that is the opposite. I get so full of energy, I'm so charged. I'm like, yes, let's go do things, let's have fun. And being like more like awake makes you more motivated to do things. So I've also had an increase in motivation. Now on to a few difficulties I've faced. It was more so within the first 3 weeks of me being vegan, not so much like this past week, I guess. But a lot of people, when you tell someone that you're a vegan, or when they see you like being vegan, they get very confused and they get very like surprised and like taken back. And a lot of people's first instinct is to make fun of it, or to try to make you angry, or try to like un-veganize you, so, or to make jokes about it and things like that. And when I first became a vegan, it was like really hard for me, because like I was so like, at least for me, when I first, like 2 weeks ago, I wanted to tell everybody about being a vegan. I was like, be a vegan, be a vegan, be a vegan. Why are people not more aware of these facts? Like, oh my god. And when people like make fun of you and stuff for it, it makes you even more fueled and more upset. And like I would just get so upset sometimes. I was like, oh my god, I'm so frustrated. But I've started to like remind myself that, like, Dharma, you have only been a vegan for a month. For the past 16 years of your life, you had no idea that all the connections that you know now. Like, just relax. Like, just don't let things get to you. And so you can't let someone not being a vegan and making fun of you for being a vegan get to you. So just that. Another thing is accommodating for yourself out in public. That was also kind of tricky for me. I usually pack lunch all the time now. I eat breakfast and dinner at home usually, so that's not an issue for me, because everything I eat at home is vegan, so that's not an issue for me. But packing lunch, that is what I usually have to do, because there's not a lot of vegan options at school and at restaurants. So yeah. Okay, so that is the end of my video, and I will have a few sources down below if you are interested in learning some more about veganism and all those different things that I mentioned previously. I also want to say that I am 100% in love with being a vegan. Being a vegan does make a difference in the world. If you don't think so, or if people tell you like you don't, you do. You really do. There's statistics on the internet and in books and in research that show how much a vegan saves just in one day. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I know that they save at least 20 pounds of CO2 equivalent, 1 animal life a day, 40 square feet of forests, and a few other statistics each and every day. That is making an impact on the world. So if anybody tells you that you're not making an impact, you are. Trust me, you really are. And even if you are not a vegan, if you're just a vegetarian or if you're just lowering your meat and dairy consumption, that is making a difference. Don't think that it's not making a difference, because it really, really is. So, yeah. So that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I had a load of fun talking about this. I don't really get to talk about this subject too often, so it makes me really happy when I am able to. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.